Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center RGV Sunday morning online service. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. We are a love-based, all-inclusive community. We are spiritual, not religious. We offer spiritual tools to empower and improve your life. We're glad that you are here today. If you'd like to learn more about Unity, you may visit our website, unityrgv.org, or unity.org, which is the national website. And there you will find many resources to help you in your spiritual journey. I trust that everyone had a wonderful but small Christmas gathering this week, as we did. Once again, thank you for joining us today. Today's announcements are brief. This week, there will only be the Tuesday night class, Let's Get Metaphysical, at 7 p.m. because Thursday is New Year's Eve and there will be no classes. Other than that, check the newsletter for the information regarding the annual membership meeting and membership in general or running for the board. All that is in the newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, then send us an email at unity509@gmail, and we will add you to the list and let you be informed as to what we are doing about that stuff. That's all the announcements for today. I would like to begin today's service by reading from the Advent book, Spirit of Christmas. And these are the 12 days of Christmas, which we correspond with the 12 powers. And today's is strength. It says, a spiritual strength like no other is our foundation to stay the course when challenged by life and navigating new landscapes. How many times have you wept for yourself and loved ones? How many times have you felt impatient, frustrated, or alone, yet still you are here? Because the power of your innate strength and the purity of your perseverance carried you through any difficulty. How many times have you silently witnessed someone's doubts and fears, then gently whispered, "You are not alone. I am uplifting and strengthening you. When you fall, I will be there to hold you." This is the power of strength for ourselves and each other, strength of body, mind, and spirit. Spiritual strength is inherent in each of us and developed through our spiritual practices. It is our guide through the chaos and ultimately to the remembrance that God is everywhere present, in the dark and in the light. When you feel your own doubts and fears, affirm, every day, in every way, the light of strength illuminates my path, and I am strong and steadfast. I persevere in life. From Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Join me in Unity Spiritual Center, Affirmation and Vision. Unity Spiritual Center, RGV, is an expanding center of the Christ light, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. Centered in God, we express the indwelling Christ.
Surrender, I relax, let go, release.
Spiritual Center, Affirmation and Vision. Unity Spiritual Center, RGV, is an expanding center of the Christ light, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. Centered in God, we express the indwelling Christ.
As we start this time of inner reflection, let's begin by getting comfortable. Remove all objects from your lap, place your feet on the floor, and sit up comfortably in your chair. Relax the muscles in your face, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Feel your hips, legs, feet, and toes relax as well. Release any areas of tension you feel in your body. Take a deep, centering breath. Slowly inhale, gently hold for a few seconds, and then slowly exhale. Repeat a few times. Focus on your inhalation and exhalation as you continue to relax your body. Gently breathe in and out. Just relax and breathe naturally. You now feel the increased sense of relaxation to your body with every breath. Feel calmness and peace wash over you. Now let's center our attention to the daily word, which for today is release. Our Bible verse is from Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 18. Do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. Today's affirmation is, I take the best and leave the rest. Let's say that together once. I take the best and leave the rest. Our message reads, my experience of this past year have brought me gifts of insight, new perspectives, and many chances to grow and stretch myself, and perhaps the opportunity to develop a skill that serves me in my work or brings greater enjoyment to my leisure time. Some experiences have been painful or difficult. These too have offered their gifts. I accept all that has come my way. With gratitude, I bless it all. I find the gifts and I release what no longer serves my growth. Assured that God is my dependable source, I release any pain of financial setback. In the joy of restored health, I release any memory of illness. Grateful for all modes of connection, I release any pains of loneliness. I move forward feeling lighter, cleansed, and renewed for my journey forward. Now let's close our eyes and take these words and this affirmation into the silence.
I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home.
Today's lesson is the power of elimination, renunciation, along with a virtual burning, dissolving bowl. So here we are. Today is the last Sunday of 2020, and what a year it has been. It is hard to believe that we have not gathered at Unity RGV for over 9 months now. I've been on this planet for a little bit of time, and I have never experienced a year such as this one. I don't know how long you've been on the planet, but probably the same holds true for you. Now, many of us lived through the 60s, and they were tumultuous, but 2020 has felt like the 60s compressed into 1 year, and along with the pandemic as a topping, just to make things all the worse. The year will soon come to an end, this week, as a matter of fact. Not soon enough for most of us, but the effects of it are going to linger on for quite some time. The good news is that we have developed a vaccine for the pandemic, for the virus, and started to administer it. The bad news is that we are in the middle of the holiday season. There's a lot of traveling going on. There's a lot of interaction going on, which means there's a lot of spreading going on. The bottom line is that in the short run, things are going to get worse before they get better, even with the vaccine. So we need to continue to practice wearing masks, washing our hands, keeping our distance. Yes, the big challenge for 2020 has been the pandemic, but it has not been the only one. There has been continued racial prejudice. We can't seem to get past that. People have been losing their jobs, their businesses, the complete dysfunction of the political system. So many things to release and let go. Recently, I shared several lessons with you about 2020 using the book Finding Yourself in Transition. And the 3 key points that I really grasped from the book and that remain with me are that things are always changing, always. And the second is that we grow spiritually from these changes. And the third, the most important, is that times like these are indicative that something greater is coming. Now, I'm going to ask for amens a whole lot, but I'm going to have somebody to give me an amen about something greater coming soon. 2020 has been such a divisive year. There's been a lot of us and them, blue and red, black, white, brown, Christian, Jew, Muslim. Goes on and on. And I would remind you that these distinctions are what appear on the outside and not what we are truly on the inside, where we share our commonality. And in addition, Division is completely contrary to what we do here at Unity, which is exactly what the word says. Unity, unite, come together as one. By the way, it's also contrary to what the founding fathers of this great country came here to do as well. E pluribus unum was the phrase used. The many become one. Division is not new, unfortunately, for mankind. We come from a history of oppression and division. We come from societies that had caste systems, societies in which you were deemed better than others simply because of what family you were born into. Sadly, having slaves is a part of our history. And ironically, some of the founding fathers still had slaves at that time. They weren't perfect yet either. And it's all been a working process. We still have a lot of releasing individually and collectively to do. The founding of the United States was an experiment, a beautiful experiment, and remains an ongoing experiment. Because never before in the history of mankind had a society been established with the idea that all people are created equal, that everyone has the right to practice whatever religion they resonate with, a country where everyone has the same opportunities for economic and scholastic advancement, a country where everyone has the right to love whomever they want. Now that too is still a work in process, and for many people, they're just not there yet. The U.S. was set up as a place where we could live the life that we as individuals choose, and not one chosen for us or thrust upon us. It's a simple idea. No one has the right to decide your life, so long as you're not infringing upon anybody else's right. It's the live and let live concept, and it's very, very much a good idea. I've been talking a lot about words and their use of words lately, and I just want to note that I just finished saying something that's not quite correct. I said that we come to unity to unite as one. The truth is, we come to unity to be reminded that we are already one. Indeed, we have many things to change, many things to release. So let's talk about releasing for just a little bit. Unity teaches that mankind is endowed with 12 gifts or 12 natures that we refer to as the 12 powers of man. And one of these powers is the power of elimination, also called the power of renunciation. This power allows us to be able to release and let go of old ideas, old beliefs, old thoughts, old feelings that no longer serve our higher good. We start this removing and replacing process with what we call denials and affirmations. So let's just quickly review denials and affirmations. The definition of a denial is the release of the energy or power we have given to false and limiting beliefs. Let me say that again and emphasize a couple of things. The release of the energy or power we have given to false and limiting beliefs. Now that's very important to note, because the power that they have is the power that we have given them. And so we must release that. Now, an affirmation, Revealing Word says, is a positive statement in truth to establish in consciousness an understanding of divine principles. So releasing these old views is not about denying that the event happened or that it is happening. It is about denying that the event has ultimate control over us, followed by us affirming a higher reality and becoming one with that higher reality. So a simple example of a denial and an affirmation would be this. I release the false and limiting belief that I am separate from God, and I affirm my oneness with all there is. The denial of the false and limiting belief, and the affirmation of the truth principle. The power of elimination involves two key concepts. The first is mental, our thinking, our believing, and the second is emotional, our feeling. Both are vital to our spiritual unfolding. Both involve change. So mental, the mind, the ability to change our way of thinking and believing, changing how we see things. We have that ability. We must choose it. Change your mind, change your world, we like to say. And the second is emotional, the heart. The ability to change our feelings, have dominion over our emotions. Now, central to this idea is forgiveness. And that includes forgiving ourselves as well as forgiving others so that we can move on. Because holding on to stuff is like holding on to and carrying around a bunch of baggage. It's just not a good idea. After a while, it makes you tired. It hurts your back. Spiritually, think about it from those terms that you're carrying all this baggage around. And for what reason? For no reason. Let it go. So the most important thing to understand about this releasing stuff is that we have the power, but we must put it into practice. We must use it so that the manifestation of the change takes hold. So we're going to do a little releasing now, and I want to invite you to take a deep centering breath and just think about two angles from this. One of them is as a collective society, the United States and the world, and the other one is you as an individual, as a person. And I want you to just bring into mind all the things that we need to change as a collective society, that we need to release and let go, that no longer serve our higher good. And I want you to think about all the things that you are carrying with you that likewise you understand at this point, because we're always changing, that they are no longer in your best interest. And I want you to just take those thoughts, those acknowledgments, and gently say thank you. Thank you for the lesson, for what we learned from those experiences. And just now release them, let them go. And just do that to all the thoughts that come into your mind. You say, I don't need that one. Just inventory your belief system, your feeling system. And just as you're inventorying it, go like, I don't need this. And this one, like, okay, I'll hang on to this one. This one's actually good for me. And so forth. So I'm going to do a little dissolving bowl here together. And the first thing I'm going to do for all of us is to release 2020. Thank you, 2020. Many good things came out of it. And we thank you. And we release you. The pandemic. It was what it was. And we release it. And we let it go. All the stuff that goes on in the United States that happened this year. We release you. And we let you go. And then whatever it is at the personal level that you want to release and let go. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for whatever it is that I learned from it. We learn from everything. Thank you for it. And gently release it and let it go. So I come to the conclusion of this service about eliminating and letting go. Because as I said, we have so many things to release and let go. And we don't have to wait till the end of the year to do this. We can do, like we talk about everything else all the time. All this stuff can be done and should be done on a daily basis, because every day you can learn something and say, or be reminded of something that you can say, you know what, I don't really need that. And you can release it and let it go anytime you want. So I invite you to 2021 to take on that practice and all the other spiritual practices that we talk about here at Unity, because that's what we're here to do, is to further our unfolding, our spiritual understanding of this mystery that we call life. So I wish you a happy new year as it's coming up this time. And next week will be Reverend Ivory delivering the service for the first Sunday of 2021. And farewell to 2020. Welcome 2021. And look forward to getting together back at our sanctuary sometime in 2021. And so it is. Now comes a time in the service where we offer our tithes and our gifts to our spiritual community. And we remind you that we are thankful for all that you do for us as a community, financially and volunteer, whatever it is that you do. And there's many of you that do. I'm very grateful for it. Remind you that we want to keep moving forward. And sometimes, out of sight, out of mind, we forget about things. But if I may gently remind you that we're still here and that we can certainly use your assistance in any way, shape, or form. So we take this together in our hands, our tithes, our offerings, and we say, divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Everything I see, everything I do is blessed by your hand, God. I'll give it back to you. Everything I give, every thought that's true is magnified in kind, God. I'll give it back to you.
I'd like to close today's service with a prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Once again, Happy New Year, and let's look forward to a great 2021.